Hey guys, and welcome to Couples Corner. I'm your host, Sam, joined by.
Enrique right here.
Yes, and I hope everyone's having a good day today. So, what are we talking about today?
So today I brought some topics I want to discuss,
Okay.
and it's about compatibility
hmm
and love languages.
Ooh, nice. Okay. I think love languages is very um, a popular topic that I hear a lot. So, that should be interesting.
Yeah, I thought it would be like a cool topic to bring to the podcast and give our point of view on those, and like
Yeah.
give our opinions and probably some like personal experiences about it.
Nice. Well,
Um,
before we get into that, so like, what's been going on?
well, we post already 2 episodes. Thank you for the support.
Yeah,
For
thank you everybody for all the
we
love.
finally post the episodes on Spotify, so now you can watch them and listen to them on the Spotify platform. That's
Woo!
pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is so awesome. So now for all the people who, maybe they don't have time to sit and watch an episode on YouTube, you can listen while you're at the gym or
While
driving
you're
down the
driving,
road.
yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah, we're just trying to make it better for everyone to
more accessible for
yeah,
people.
more
Yeah,
accessible for people to get in the couple's corner. Yeah. Well, that's good. So yeah, he's been putting in a lot of work doing all that stuff.
yeah.
Me, I've just been just kind of working and just kind of hanging out. I've been feeling pretty good, so that's good. I'm like totally ready for the fall and the holiday season. I'm ready for pumpkins. I'm ready for Halloween. I have one of my best friends is getting married. So we are just like, I'm just ready for the season because it's going to be a lot of happiness and a lot of fun and a lot of celebrations. I love celebrating people.
It's
So.
gonna be legend. Wait a minute. Dairy.
Dairy.
Inside joke.
I mean, I'm sure there's some people out
Yeah,
there
they
that's gonna
know where it
understand.
comes from. Okay, so I want to start with asking you and asking the audience. So let us know in the comments. What do you think makes a couple compatible?
um. Well, I think that there's certain like values that you would have to have in common.
Okay,
Like,
like
not.
goals in life and
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Like, I think what makes someone compatible is like when you have maybe like whatever amount of goals or values or principles that you believe in and that you want to put your time into. If your other person kind of leans on the same scale, then I think that equals
yeah,
compatibility.
that indicates you have like compatibility and like
Yeah.
things in life that will
Yeah.
make the relationship like
Like it doesn't
better.
have to be like absolutely identical,
No,
but if you can agree, or even if you can agree to disagree
I
and
mean, yeah,
still see your other person's point of view, maybe you don't necessarily like swing that direction, but if you can see it and you can respect it, then I think that's also a form of compatibility too.
and it's a
Because,
healthy way to like approach a relationship with another
yeah,
human. Yeah,
because sometimes like opposites do attract. So, like, you could be like, an artsy, fun, outgoing person, and then you've got like your homebody, like quiet, introverted person, and
and
you
still
may
make it
be,
work.
yeah, like they can still go together. But I do think there are core values that still have to be aligned um, for it to really like be a strong, like long lasting relationship.
Okay, yeah, I think the same. I think what makes a couple compatible is just having a few things in common, like like values and like um, points of view of things and goals in life. I think that that's basically what could make a couples compatible.
So I think that a couple core values that need to be somewhat aligned. Um, I think like what you want in the future, like what you want out of life, like whether it be I want to be a big family, I want to travel the
Yeah, I
world,
want to have X amount of kids.
I want to, live this lifestyle, or I want to live that lifestyle. Like, I think you kind of have to have some sort of common ground when it comes to things like that, at least like the kind of lifestyle you want to live. Because I mean, if you put someone who's like, I want to live a very basic, bare minimum, just kind of get by and just kind of do whatever, like person, but then you try to put them with someone who like really strives to,
Like a go getter.
yeah, like a go-getter, someone who's like constantly trying to like level up and is just not satisfied with bare minimum. I
Yeah,
don't think
that's
that would ever
it's the
work.
same when like people they that's very important when people approach a long term relationship. They trying to figure out if they want to have kids or no, and then like if one person want have kids and the other one doesn't, that's already like a
I think that's
deal
a really
breaker.
big one too. I think especially for a lot of females, because I think a lot of women decide if they want children or not when they're like a kid. Like most girls that I know, like grow up like, oh, I want to be a mom. I want to have a baby one day. Like most girls already know kind of what they want as far as that goes. Like by the time they're teenagers, like so that's something that like you want your whole life, and you're not gonna settle for it just for Joe Schmo over here. So I think that's kind of something that either needs to be aligned, or you got to be open to like what the other person
Yeah, I think
wants.
people should like have those kind of conversations at the beginning of any relationship if they approaching the relationship thinking on like a long term,
Yes, which I
because
think everybody should focus on long term when it comes to relationships, but that's
imagine
just
if you
me.
start dating someone and you fall in love with someone and you date, I mean, you're together for over a year and then like you realize this person doesn't want the same things you want in life.
Yeah.
So that you can have all the chemistry or like attraction for each other, but then like the compatibility is not the same because you don't have the same values, you
But
know.
also, I think that people's mindsets can change over time and they can become more open to something. Because, like, say that I started dating someone and they were like, no, I don't want any kids, but then they fall in love with me and we're together. And then they're like, well, actually, I love you so much. I will give that to you. I'll make that sacrifice. So, I also think it has to do with, okay, if you're on two opposite sides of the spectrum, but you are just so much into that person that you're willing to make a change or be open-minded or make a sacrifice, like I think that makes the relationship just as strong, whether you're on the same wavelength or you're on opposite ones, but then somebody says, oh well, let me make a sacrifice to meet you halfway.
Yeah.
So I really just think it like depends on, I mean, everybody's going to be different.
I mean, yeah, every
But there's some
relationship is
people out
different.
there that are not willing to budge. They are not willing to sacrifice.
I think a healthy thing as humans in general is being able to change. I mean, like you gotta be willing to change through your whole life and change your opinions and your belief and everything, because that's the better way to grow up, to like evolve. It's like not just stay the same all the time, but able to change and grow. I think that's very important. So I think in relationships we should be open mind to, maybe I don't think the same that this person thinks right now, but maybe if I allow myself to like get to know them better and like have these kind of conversations, I can I could be able to understand their point of view and their perspective, and maybe that will make me change and see things differently. And I think that's a very healthy thing to like do.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Because, I mean, if you're not open to, like, changing or even just trying to, like, do something differently or think about something differently, then.
So now we can move on to another like question,
Okay.
and is what's the difference between compatibility and chemistry for you?
So compatibility and chemistry. I think compatibility is when it's like a puzzle piece and you just fit together perfectly. Like you're so compatible. Like your characteristics and your person's characteristics, like they just complement
Yeah,
each
they
other.
align.
They complement each other. So it just makes sense. It's like when you have two people and you put them together and you're like, they just make sense together. Like, but then I think chemistry is more of like just an attraction to a person. Um, it's not, I don't think chemistry is necessarily like has anything to do with your values. I think it's more just about attractiveness and attraction
Yeah, I think
to the person.
I think compatibility is
You're missing the compata.
compatibility.
There you go.
Okay, um, is more about emotional, um, like about
Connection?
yeah, emotional connections and feelings, and I think attraction tends to be more of the side of like physical attraction or like what is beauty for our eyes to
Yeah.
see. And the other question is like, can you have one without the other one?
Yeah.
You think
You
so?
can. I think that you can have chemistry with someone, but you maybe not necessarily like
Are compatible with them?
go together in a relationship.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people out there. They they can have. I mean, you probably had that experience in the past too, and I also had it, where like you feel attracted to this person, and
But you know you could never date them.
yeah, it's more like a sexual thing. People
Yeah.
just are they compatible in bed, but they not compatible
Right.
out of
Or
bed.
it's not even like sexual too. Like sometimes it can just be like I don't know, like you could just like love the idea of someone, but then like if you actually tried to pursue it, you'd be like, "Oh no, like this is not."
Yeah.
Like there's been many times where I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have a crush on this person. Like I think they're attractive, I think they're cute, but I would not give them the time of day because I know I would never like date them or pursue them or see something long term because of like a core value or something, or like maybe something they do that I just absolutely don't agree with, or their attitude or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I think that's really hard in the dating scene because I think so many people, they're attracted to somebody and then they're like, oh, this person's so cute, I love being around them. But then they just go off that, and then time goes by and then they learn all these other things about the person, and then they're
I
like,
mean, yeah, that's what they
oh
always call that, the
no.
honeymoon phase, where like
Yeah, honeymoon phase. So I think the honeymoon phase, like, people need to just throw that away. Honestly, like
skip that part and just go straight to
the
the.
honeymoon phase comes later. It should not come
You
first.
should like be like, look, these are my traumas. This is how I deal with problems. This is how I deal under stress situations.
Right,
How you do that, and like
right.
we talk about that first, and then we can have our honeymoon phase. I mean, I
Yeah, because
agree.
the honeymoon phase should not be a phase. Like, your whole relationship should feel like a honeymoon.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like,
Yeah, because you don't get to marry someone and spend your whole life with someone if you're not willing to really just have fun with that person. I mean, you want to share life and responsibilities with them, but you want that honeymoon phase that they call is the early stage of a relationship. you want that through the whole life. You want to be with this person. You want to
Right,
be able
yeah.
to have fun and be silly, even if you're like 50 years old, you know?
Because it sucks whenever you do really like connect with someone, and then as time goes on you start learning all these other like deep things that they had buried in them, and then you're like, oh crap, like that's not what I signed up for. And I've been there before, and it sucks because you've already invested so much time into someone, and then you see who they really are as time goes on, because it's amazing to me at how many people, especially in relationships, can almost be so like two-sided, or like I think it would take so much energy for me to act one way around my person and then act a different way around everyone else. Like I think that is psychotic. Um but I mean, like that's why I think it's important to just like lay all the hard stuff out, like
In the early
in
stage
the
of the
early
relationship, yeah.
stages,
Your
because
goals, like
that
your
way that
values.
person knows that like, oh crap, like this person really like is trying to dig deep inside of me. And if someone doesn't want you to do that, they will not pursue you. They'll be like, bye. So I mean, I would hope they would do that. I mean, but like I said, you know, some people unfortunately will tell you what you want to hear and make you think, oh, da 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 da. So I think that's why trust and honesty is a big thing to like. Because, I mean, someone can tell you something and blow you up with a bunch of lies, and then,
Yeah, just to have like sex, basically.
yeah, just to like get what they want, and then, oh, just
Bye.
kidding, bye.
Well, do you think chemistry is something that fades over time?
That what?
Chemistry is something that fades out of the
Fades
time,
over time.
over time.
I think that it can. I think it's important for each person in the relationship to like, you know, keep putting it in.
Effort in it,
Yeah,
yeah.
like you got to keep putting that effort. But I mean, honestly, if you truly love somebody, like you're going to be attracted to them basically no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
but then again, like I don't know. You can definitely like fall out of love with someone, but I feel like they have to really be like
I mean,
not,
going against all that you
yeah,
already
going
know.
against everything that like they've already shown you, and then they just like flip, and then it's like
Yeah, they basically turn into another person,
so I think it can fade away.
but it can be rekindled.
I don't know. I'm one of those people where like once you burn me, I'm kind of like it's hard for me to do second chances because I've done it so many times. Like I feel like now, like once you kind of show me one bad thing, I'm like, bye, because I don't know. Like I guess to me, like I've done the whole like, oh, let me give you a second chance. Let's, you know, like the on and off again thing. I'm just
Oh
not
no.
with it because every time I've done that in the past, it's never been worth it. And then you end up wasting so much more time.
Okay. And you think compa- compatibility can be built, or is something that you either have or not?
I think yes and yes. I think compatibility is something that you do have naturally. You may not be 100% on the same scale,
But you can build
but yeah,
on.
like, because um, say there's something that your partner believes in, and you're kind of like, I don't know about that. But then, like, over time, you know, they teach you stuff about it. You see them, you know, whatever. And then you're like, oh, well, you know. And then you kind of start participating with them in that. And then you become someone who's also into that as well. Um, so I think there's like a natural compatibility that's there. But then, you know, as the relationship grows, the compatibility also grows.
Okay. That's a good answer. I like that. Yeah, I think the same. I think like you at the beginning you can have already some compatibility with that person, but also you are able to build more compatibility with that person would like through the time you spend together and like getting into a relationship that goes over a year, 2 years, and then you start like getting more uh, like feedback for each side to like I like this, I don't
I feel
like
like you
this, I
grow
respect.
closer.
Yeah, I respect this, I don't respect this, on like those kind
I
of like.
think it's a bad thing whenever you spend so much time together and then you start to like drift. Like when the compatibility like starts depleting instead of increasing, you know?
Yeah, that's when some people that happens sometimes when people like you say you have a go-getter and the other person is like a homebody, and this person is just like, even though they're compatible in some things in life and they made it
Or
through life.
even though they have chemistry, they're not compatible.
Yeah, they this other person just gonna outgrow the other one, and then at some point they're not compatible anymore because this person have now these goals in their life, and
Right.
like you're on the same spot that you were when they met, so that person just stop. No, it doesn't stop loving you, it's just like you're not compatible anymore for the lifestyle that you're trying to have.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that's normal to happen. That's
I think that's why it's important for before you even start dating people, like you need to know like what you're looking for and like what you want, like not necessarily in a relationship, but what do you want for you?
yeah, you
Because
gotta.
that way when you meet somebody, you know, if they don't want those same things for themselves, you know, and you want to do life with this person, then it's like, what's the point? Like, don't waste your time. I think that's why it's hard, like when you're dating when you're young, because so many people just date for the chemistry part. They're like, oh well,
And also when
me and
you're
this
so young,
person.
you are like, you barely know yourself.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
And that's like the hard part about like existing itself, is just trying to know yourself, like what triggers you, what doesn't trigger you,
Yeah,
because mostly of these
and
things
you'll
are unconscious,
change.
and you also change through like different ages and things you
For
go through.
sure. Like there, I feel like there's phases. Like you know, you have your like, okay, you're 18 to like 21. Like
That's
that's
a
a
bunch of
whole
hormones
thing.
actually.
Yeah, and then you know you have like the mid 20 area, and then the later 20, and then you know it's just like different. Like I can tell that I've been different in so many of the different phases. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we can on another episode we can do like that thing, like an episode about things we wish we knew sooner, or like before 25. We can do like an episode about it
Yeah.
to deep dive more on that topic. Um, so what if you had if you have to choose, would you rather have a partner with strong chemistry but low compatibility, or the opposite?
Mm. I mean, I guess I would want it to be a stronger compatibility. But I feel like if you have a strong compatibility, then your chemistry's not going to be low.
Wow, but this is like a scenario.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know because I feel like chemistry is important. I mean, you do
But I
need to be
think you
attracted
can
to your
like through
person.
I think that through compatibility
Compat.
compatibility,
Hmm.
you can build chemistry.
Yes,
Because if you have a good
I
like
agree with that.
compatibility, and you have a good communication with your partner and all that, you can build that chemistry into the relationship.
I agree with
But
that.
like you cannot force someone to have your own compatibility and love the same things, even if you have a strong chemistry, because that's trying to like change someone else,
Yeah.
you know. So I think like I'd rather have someone with strong compatibility, and from that build the
The
chemistry.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think
Okay.
that's good.
So now we can move to the second segment of the episode, where we're gonna talk about love languages.
Ooh, love languages. You know, I didn't even know what a love language was until like a few years ago.
Well, that's fine.
I really didn't. Like, it just kind of started becoming a thing that people started talking about. And I was like, what the hell is a love language? Like, I don't know what that is.
Well,
And I wish I would have known sooner because then I could have told people, like, this is what I need you to do so that I'm happy.
Yeah. So, do you believe in love languages, or do you think they're overhyped?
I believe in love languages, and I don't think they're overhyped. I think they're very important for you to discuss with your person. I think it's important for you to figure out what your love language is. Um, because sometimes people just don't know how to like tell someone what they need them to do in order to feel loved in the relationship. Because there's no like handbook on love,
No, there's
and
not.
some people don't know how because they never got it from someone at home or they never saw like a relationship. So some people really don't know. Like nobody teaches you how to love.
That's a good point. I mean, in life in general, there's not like a really like life book of life,
No.
because life is so different for every single person. For
I
one,
mean, some people are taught how to love, that come from loving households and things like that. But not everybody has that.
yeah, I agree.
And it's like they want love, but then they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do believe in love languages. I think every person have their own, even though there's like some mainstream type of like love languages that people
Yeah,
know.
there's like a list that people tend to reference
Yeah,
to.
like physical touch and like gift and like acts of services. But I think there's more, love is more complex than just a few
Yeah.
like type of love
Just a
languages.
list of things
Yeah,
that
like just a
you,
list of
yeah.
five, even though the fives are like the more dominant in like the
Yeah.
relationships. I think there's things we do unconsciously that comes from like a love place, I think,
Mm-hmm.
inside us. But um I do agree that like love languages are like necessary to have in your like conversation with your partner, and like
Mm-hmm.
approach then each one different, and trying to figure out which one is the one that you are more comfortable like giving, what kind of love you like feel more comfortable like sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't believe they overhype either.
Yeah. I don't think so.
And you think like, can someone have more than one dominant love language?
Oh, yeah, because I have like two.
So which one are your two?
So mine would be, if I go from like the mainstream list, I would definitely say that mine's would be words of affirmation because I am a person that needs reassurance all the time. Even if you are always there for me and never don't show up, I'm still going to be like, do you still
Yeah.
love me? um, and I also think acts of service because I love when like someone does something for me that makes my life easier. Because then I'm like happy and I'm in a good mood. Like, like he cooks all the food for us. And so that act of service like makes my life easier because I don't enjoy cooking. And so like he takes that load off of me and it makes it easier for me. Or like sometimes when I'm at work, he'll go to the grocery store. I ain't never met a man in my life that's ever went to the grocery store
I
without
love
me.
going to the grocery stores.
See, there you go. So it's perfect. Um, but yeah, so I think those are my two main ones as far as like the mainstream ones go. But there's other things that like you do or that I want you to do, but they kind of like fall into those categories.
For me, I think like my love languages are acts of service
Mm-hmm.
and physical touch.
For
But
sure.
I think they evolved through time, because at the beginning of the relationship, I remember I was more of gift. I will buy you stuff
Oh
like
yeah, he
little
would get me gifts
presents,
all the
and
time.
like write little like
Little love
love
notes.
notes, and
Yeah.
that was at the beginning, and then it turned more into like acts of services and
Yeah.
like
Well,
physical
because
touch.
our relationship changed. Like, we live together now, like, we didn't live together at that time. So, I guess that's kind of what you felt like that would show me love, at that time. You weren't able to, like, come home and cook me a meal or whatever. Well, you would cook for me at your apartment.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, and you would feed me then, but yeah, you would surprise me with like little gifts and little cards and stuff, which I mean was lovely. Like, I love that. But I think also you steered away from doing that because you realized that I'm not a material girl.
Yeah, you're not like
So you
material
were
at
like, well,
all.
I don't have to do this.
Yeah, I
So,
just wanted to show you like
like,
love.
I'm happier with you cooking me dinner than going out and buying me like a present.
Yeah,
Like,
but
just
like
make me some food and I'm good.
that's what the thing, because like um some people, and one of the questions is like, what happens when partners have completely opposite love languages? And I think that's not a problem at all, because in our case, it's like, for example, you say you need affirmations, like words, and I'm like a person that, and I told you a long time ago, after you say the first "I love you," it just lose meaning, and I just have to show you that I really love you through my actions instead like just words. So that's what I don't like. I'm not on that side of like love languages, like affirmation words, because once you say I love you to someone, there's no point of repeating it all the time. You have to just show them that you really love them through your actions. That's it. Like, you really show you love this person by the way you act towards them and what you do for
Mm-hmm.
them to make their life easier and like make them feel loved. So we have that indifferent, and it's not a problem. I mean, you're always telling me I love you, I love you, I love you, and that's
I
fine.
know, but that's just
And I
that's
always
just
like just
me.
doing things in like when she's gone, I can like,
I
oh,
love expressing my love.
yeah, that's fine. And when you're gone and trying to just like, well, I'm gonna organize this and like clean the kitchen or do this, so like when she comes back, she can feel like chill, that
Yeah,
she
and
doesn't
I do
have to
the
like
same thing for
clean.
you. Like,
Yeah.
I wash your clothes, I make the bed, I clean and do all this stuff.
So I think that's
Yeah.
not a problem when partners have a,
Yeah, I think the key is that you've just got to figure out which one
and
you
communicate
are
that with your
and tell your
partner.
person. Because I think we talked about that on our first date.
Well, we talk
I
about
mean, we
a
talked
lot of
about
stuff.
everything,
We talk about
but
philosophy and my point of view on like having kids and why I didn't want to have kids, because the world is just like crazy right now, and like maybe in the future, and I'm still young and trying to figure out what to do
yeah,
with my
I'm kind
life.
of in the
So
same boat. I'm
there's
like,
like no rush.
yeah.
I mean, I understand there's like a biological like age frame for women to have kids in a healthy way, but I mean, she's 30 and she's healthy, so she's fine. We can wait a little longer to figure out if we really want to have kids, or we just want to have like the opportunity to live our life without the responsibility of taking care of another humans, because sometimes it's even hard to take care of your own
Right.
person. So
I
like
think
we
that's
just
kind
will.
of where I'm at with the kiddos thing right now is like, I'm so content with like, I think about it when I come home from work and it's just quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if we had children, that would not be like, it would not be quiet. And I just,
Mommy, I'm hungry. Make me food.
yeah. Which I mean,
I mean, it's fine.
if it's your child, I mean, and you're going to be like, yeah, of course, I love you so much. But I don't know. I know I guess it's selfish, but like, I don't care. But I just want to have my free time to do whatever I want because, if we had children right now, we would not be able to do this.
I mean, we probably managed to do it, but I mean, we will have so many other responsibilities and
Yeah,
financial
it's just
things
too
to do.
much that I don't want to do. And I read something one time that said like, oh, people that are older but they say they don't want to have kids are lazy cuz like we're supposed to or whatever, but I don't think it's lazy. I think it's smart.
I mean, I think it's just like the way you want to do it with your life.
Yeah.
You shouldn't like let society define if you're gonna have kids or not. Like, that's a thing that you have to decide by yourself and stick with your decision without worrying about other people's opinion, because who cares what other people say about if you want to
Yeah.
have kids or not? I mean, it's your life. They're not like paying your bills, they're not living your life. So I think
Right.
everybody should be a little selfish with their lives, because this is the only opportunity you have to experience reality and life and be
Right.
whatever here. So if you wanna instead having kids and like um, taking care of them for at least 20 years till they're independent, and you just want to spend those 20 years just exploring and like doing things you always wanted to do and traveling.
Exploding.
No, sorry, exploring, like
Explode.
exploring the world or doing whatever you want to do with your life without an
Yes,
attachment.
that's me right now. Like,
That's
I want to be the kid. Like, because whenever you have the kid, whenever you have the child, it's all about the child. Or I would want it to be all about the child. And for right now, it's all about me because it was never all about me when I was growing up. So it's all about me now. Yeah. So, anyone out there that feels the same way, I'm right there with you. And it doesn't mean that you're lazy or that you're not using your body for what it was made for, or you're going to wait till it's too late, because it doesn't matter.
well, it's
So,
your body, it's your decision, it's your life.
my body, my choice, I stand on that, period. And you can take that any kind of way you want to, but I stand on that, period.
Okay, let's move on. It is fair to expect that your partner learn your love languages if it doesn't come naturally to them.
What?
It is fair to expect your partner to learn your love language if it doesn't come to them naturally.
I mean, I think it's kind of your responsibility to like tell them,
Yeah. Yeah, this
but
is how I
but
like.
then it's also their responsibility to take that and learn it. But same thing for you. Like, if you say, "Hey, this is my love language and this is what I need you to do so that you can make it happen." And then they should say, "Oh, well, this is mine and this is what I need you to do too." It shouldn't never be one-sided. Like, it's a team effort.
Yeah, I agree. Um which love language do you think is the hardest to practice?
Mm.
I think,
What are all of them?
well, I mean, acts of services, physical touch, gifts,
Words of affirmation.
words of affirmation, and I don't remember the other one. I think acts of services.
I think acts of service can be hard, but also like the gifts can be hard too.
I mean, yeah, because
I
yeah,
think
I guess.
physical touch is pretty easy.
I
I
mean,
think
yeah,
it's easy to
everybody's
look at
horny.
someone and like be like, "Oh, you're so sexy. I'm so attracted. Let's, get close." But
Yeah, let's do.
yeah, I think I think that acts of service can be hard because um you got to do something for somebody. So it's like, "Oh, I got to do this for this person."
Yeah. Well, I have the last one to like start closing the episode.
Okay.
Um, do you think the question is, could knowing your love language prevent unnecessary arguments?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because say that your love language is physical touch, and then your person has not given you no physical touch in over 2 weeks.
Damn.
I know.
Just
But
kidding.
it happens. So then you're like, okay, they know that's what I want, so why are they not giving it to me? And then that's going to raise a argument, and they're going to be like, you haven't touched me in 2 weeks. What's going on? You're going to trigger something in that person's brain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you need to let that person know, like, hey, this is what I want,
No, but I think that the question was like knowing your own love language could prevent unnecessary arguments. Meaning, like, if you know, I'm
Oh, like knowing your own.
like word of affirmations. Okay, so
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
meet someone, you tell
Same
them
thing.
like,
Yeah. I
"Hey,
mean,
this is
yeah.
the way I like being treated in
Yeah.
a relationship. I like when people tell me they love me and they should like use these kind of words to make me feel good." So yeah,
Yeah.
it will prevent arguments.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for all of you couples out there, learn your love language, talk about it with your partner, let them know. Same thing with the opposite. For all the singles out there, learn your love language.
So you can communicate better the next time you dating someone and getting to
Yeah.
know someone. So you have a better approach of that communication.
I think
I think it's important.
it's a good icebreaker too. So like say you're out on a first date and you're kind of feeling awkward and you don't really know what to talk about. Let that be your icebreaker. Say, "Do you know anything about love languages? Do you know what yours is? Because I know what mine is."
That
And
that
then
that would be
talk about it.
amazing. I
I
would
think
love to like start like dating someone and that's the first thing they say, so we
yeah.
can
So I'm
discuss.
setting you up for success, men or women. I think if a man brought that to the table, the woman would be like, "Wow, I'm impressed." you
Yeah,
know?
probably.
Yeah. So, for all you fellas out there that's on the dating scene, learn, or the ladies, it doesn't matter either way, learn what your love language is first, and then go out there and
Communicate them with the
communicate
people
it.
you're dating.
Yes. Don't just like
Expect someone to figure out how
figure
to
it
love
out.
you.
Yes. Figure out what makes you feel loved, and then you tell that person. That way you'll know right from the bat if you're compatible in the love language department. And if you are, then usually you're going to have chemistry, and then who knows, it could be the start of a long-lasting relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got the advice for people out here.
Advice. Yes.
So, well, a quick recap of what we talked. We think that chemistry might start the fire, but compatibility
Compatibility keeps
make
it
it,
lit.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's good.
And love languages, they really help to maintain a healthy relationship and like a healthy connection with your partner. So make sure to know your love language. Try to figure out the other person's love language and work on those because that will make your relationship way better and more healthier.
And comment below what your love language is, because I'd really like to know other people's love languages. So, comment down below what it is.
Well, I actually have a practical tip in here,
Oh.
and I want the audience to ask your partner this week, what's one small thing that make you feel loved?
What's one small thing that makes you feel loved?
Yeah. And
Can I answer mine?
yeah.
Okay, so a small thing that makes me feel loved is when he brews my coffee for me, or like when you make my coffee for me, or sometimes say I'm getting ready for work and I haven't packed up my lunch or something, and then I walk in here and then he's like, "Oh, I already packed your lunch and put it in my lunch bag." I'm like, "Oh my God, he loves me."
And I want make another question to the audience is, do you think love languages are a real tool or just another relationship trend? Let us know in the comments what you think about it. I really honestly think that love languages are important to know, and it's important to have that conversation with your partner or whoever you're dating, because that will set you for a better stage in a relationship where like you know how these people like be treated, and also they know how you like to be loved. That will make the connection way stronger. So I do believe that. Thank you for watching us. Uh, Make sure to subscribe, to
Yes, like,
to
comment,
comment,
subscribe, put on the
share it.
notification bell so you know every time we upload. You can also listen to us
Yeah.
now on Spotify. All
Yeah.
the links will be
Down below. Our social media is down below.
Follow our Instagram page for more updates. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, any kind of topics that you want us to talk about, please comment below.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. We
And
will talk about whatever you want
we'll
to
talk
know.
about anything you guys want to discuss. So So that is the end. I hope you guys have an awesome evening or
Bye
morning,
bye.
whatever, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.